AgNerds on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by the AgriData Solution, the industry's most powerful farming software. Go to the URL below and start your free trial of the AgriData Solution today. Shaun Haney here with RealAgriculture.com, and we are here for another episode of AgNerds. Welcome, Pete.
Hey, Shaun.
This is it's good to have you back.
Yeah. Good to be back. I wondered what I did. I got the call.
Well, I'm sorry. You have a BlackBerry. Sometimes it doesn't receive all your phone calls.
All right.
Today, Pete, we are going to talk about Google Glass.
Google Glass. Yeah. Did you see the Super Bowl? Did you watch?
I did.
At the end, did you see one of the players, as soon as the game was done, came out with Google Glass? So, I guess what it tells me is that this thing is not pie in the sky anymore. We're starting to see it pop up, in society. It's pretty cool. What do you think of it? Like, if you were to describe Google Glass to someone who didn't know what it was?
Right. So we've talked about it before. It is basically a set of glasses that are at this point decor, like a decoration. A pair of glasses that has essentially a camera built into it, and the ability for it to connect Google's data and information to what you are actually visually seeing. Right. So whether it's object identification, things like that, Google search.
Right.
The idea of being able to have, as I'm looking at Peter Gredig, his Facebook profile showing up in my periphery, knowing the last thing we talked about and pictures we've shared and things like that. So it really is kind of space age. I think they do look somewhat goofy.
Yeah, the newer ones look better. I mean, the original early prototypes were sort of that Geordi from Star Trek.
They were Geordi-like, yeah.
And the new ones now, like I found a picture of a farmer wearing a pair of them. And I mean, bib overalls and Google Glass. It was a good look.
Would you go to the bar to pick up a girl with your Google Glass? Do they look that good, Pete?
Yeah, they might. Well, you know what? I tell people, you may wear these, and they say, there's no way I'm going to wear those. I'm here to tell you, I think we're going to wear these things. And I don't think it's going to be a... Okay, remember the earpiece, Bluetooth earpiece?
Thank goodness that's gone.
Right? And they said, I'm never going to wear those, and people did wear them, and they worked, and they seem to have gone out of style.
The other one that I'm glad is gone is the phone on the hip.
Yeah.
We did away with that.
You don't see it as much, but I guess the power of these devices, and I saw a couple of stories from the States where agronomists had wore them late in the season last year.
Yeah.
They're able to pull up field data, yield maps. They can pull up anything, and basically you see that information in the upper right-hand corner of one eye. So I just think, and their comment was 15 minutes in, and you totally get it. And it's a total...
So you think there is an app? Because I've given some tech presentations through the winter time, and every time Google Glass comes up, it's sort of... last winter was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
This winter is a little bit more, you've got to be kidding me, but maybe people are thinking about it more.
Yeah. Well,
I always use the example of the iPad. When the iPad first came out, you got the same reaction from people.
Yeah, it took a while. And you know what? The thing about it is, we talk to developers, mobile developers, and say, what's the next horizon? What's the limiting factor that we have is that we have to hold these devices, our phone and our tablet. It's great that we can swipe around them. Voice recognition is much improved, and Google Glass will take advantage of that. And hands-free.
Right. So this is wearable tech.
Wearable tech, voice-driven. There is some touch to it, right? You touch buttons. But think about being in a field as an agronomist or whatever, being able to pull up data, past yield history, past production records, client data. We're going to wear them. They are going to come.
I got a question for you. So I was listening to a tech podcast I listen to frequently, and there was a gentleman on there who, is a lover of tech. His comment was that if I'm sitting in a restaurant, or maybe I've run into somebody at a conference and they're wearing Google Glass, I think they're rude. Because they are not giving me their... Just no different than pulling out your phone.
I know.
Right?
Yeah,
it's true. Rude. So what do you think about that?
Well, I can guess that Rob Ford probably is not happy about Google Glass.
Probably not.
Because, there is and it's been described to me that the issues with this technology are not technical. they work.
Right.
It's cultural. In other words, like, is that guy's camera on?
Right, it's creepy. It could be creepy.
A little bit, right? So I think we have to figure that part of it out. If I just look at it from an ag perspective, as a cropper or as someone who's the hands-free aspect of it, the ability to pull up data, pull up a schematic diagram to fix something on a combine or whatever, I just see that part of it. I'll let society figure out the other side. But
Right.
if you get a pair, I will road test them this summer, and I'll tell you how well.
That'd
they
be
work.
cool.
How much do they cost? You know, I can even buy them.
Well, you know, I think you still have to order them. Like, if you have to get approved as a developer, a tester, or a
Farmer?
reviewer. Yeah. I'm not really sure. There was word they were going to be like $1,500.
Yeah, that's the number I.
But I've heard also lower. I actually don't know
Yeah.
at this point. But
Well-
one of my presentations in Saskatoon, a gentleman said that his wife is in the medical field. And she saw a presentation where how they're going to use them as the surgeon. So the learning surgeon, the student, will wear them in the surgery, and then basically the teacher will be able to see what they're viewing through the Google Glass and talk to them in an earpiece to give them tips and to help them from a coaching perspective. So under that application, it probably does have some also some application in agriculture.
Yeah, I just think it's a good fit, just in terms of the hands-free aspect of it, the data recollection, heck, I mean, even safety glasses, right?
Right.
We should be wearing them more. So I'm excited by it. At first, I was skeptical. I didn't like the look. They looked better.
Right.
And I'm with you. 12 months ago, it used to be the last slide in my presentation, and it said, "This will be you in a year," and it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Now I have it higher in the presentation, and I say, "This might be you in a year." So,
Well, Pete, it was great talking to you, and hopefully we'll get together again soon.
right on.